8 purchases everyone approaching retirement should make. Yeah, they're pretty important because once you get into retirement, some of these things are a lot harder to institute. I got all these from gobankingrates.com. Number 1, costly home improvement items should definitely be done before you retire. Think of things like a roof. Get that out of the way before you're going to retire, man, because that's some costly expenses in retirement, right? While you're still working, get some of these out of the way. Windows that you want to replace. Get all those done while you're still bringing money in. Doesn't have to come out of your retirement nest egg, man. Get those things done, yeah. Are they boring? Sure, but they're sure as heck necessary. I know that. When I first got my place, I noticed that a couple didn't have a leak, but I definitely had some stuff I had to do to my roof. And that was after I retired. Luckily, it wasn't too expensive, but you never know. Get those things out of the way when you still got money to do it, right? Hey, if anyone's looking at me for the first time, do I look good? Do I look good? My name is Duane, and this is a retirement channel for moderate income. If you're interested in that, think about subscribing, and please like the video as well. Number 2, dental work. Medicare does not cover most dental work. If you've got something that you really need that has been out, you've been thinking about for years that you just got to get done, or, God forbid it's an emergency, get that stuff done before you retire. When you're still on your company insurance, be a lot more, cost effective for you than if you wait for retirement. Some of those things can be pretty expensive. Crowns, all that kind of stuff is not that inexpensive unless you have insurance. Yes, you can purchase dental insurance once you're retired, but Medicare, just basic Medicare, does not cover that. Number 3, this is someone everyone over 50 should get. Get an AARP membership. It's cheap. It's really cheap. What is it? I'm looking at $12, $15 a year. I think that's right. If I'm wrong, someone let me know. Get that, guys. There's a lot of discounts you can do. There's just so much good information that AARP provides. I don't know about you guys, but when I turned 50, it's kind of not something I was thinking about doing because it kind of reminds you, it's like, hey, I'm getting up there in age, right? It wasn't something I jumped at. I should have, because once I finally, got a membership, I realized all this good stuff you can get from AARP. It's great. And, a lot of it is common sense stuff that you might not have thought of before you retired, but it just hits you in the face. It's like, hey, okay, I can get some good discounts here. I can do this. I never thought about going there. How about if I do this? Things you just never thought about. AARP is great. Think about getting that. Number 4, insurance. Obviously, health insurance. Yeah, you need all that stuff, right? But what about an HSA? What about that? I mean, that's something that you can take into retirement, and it can actually be used as a retirement account. Get that thing set up while you're still working. So all this stuff, it just becomes more manageable because medical expenses, oh my God, they can add up so quickly. Get an HSA when you're still working. It's a good thing to do. I think it's like almost mandatory. You should do that. Okay? Think about it. Think about it. Number 5, treasury bonds. Treasury bonds are something I've been taking advantage of for about a year and a half, 2 years now. I-bonds, short-term treasury bonds, tips, I-bonds especially. Those protect your cash against inflation. Think about how our inflation has been the last year. Lately, it's been better, yes. Go back a year and a half. How is that inflation looking? How is your cash looking? Now, it's great to have cash on hand, right? In fact, I think it's mandatory when you first retire so it can protect you against sequence of returns risk. But do you want to just have like $50,000 sitting in your savings or checking account? Yeah, you can get some good rates, but you can also get some good rates with T-bills. I've taken advantage of 6-month T-bills. I was getting in the mid to high 5%. I also got I-bonds way back about a year ago when they were going for like 9.7%. Yeah, that adjusts every 6 months, but if it doesn't keep pace with inflation, at least it's not just your money sitting there in a mattress, right? I mean, come on, that's the worst thing you can do in these times. And yes, you should, I believe, have at least a year and a half or 2 years of cash on hand when you retire. So you don't go through, withdrawing money out of your accounts during sequence of returns risk. That is the worst thing you could do. I got hit with sequence of returns risk this year. Luckily, I had a couple years, almost 2.5, in cash. That has helped me so much, guys. Think about that. Think about that. You've got to protect your money against cash. Don't just put it in this hole I have over here with the dirty mattress that I've saved, like, my gold balloons and stuff like that, and all my diamonds. Don't do that. Put it into T-bills, I-bonds, tips. Number 6. Now, this is something you probably never thought of, but if you make this purchase, not very expensive, it'll kind of goad you into working out. Think about getting some good athletic shoes. Okay? You're sitting around on a Saturday afternoon saying, oh, what should I do? And there you see in the corner of your room, oh, there are those shiny new athletic shoes. My sneakers, man, my Nikes, my Air Jordans, whatever they are. That'll kind of like give you the boost into, hey, I should put some use to those $100 shoes, right? It'll get you moving. Get some athletic shoes, man. That's a purchase in the right direction. Every time you see those things, you'll probably be going, haven't worked out or haven't walked in a couple days. Yeah, I'm going to take advantage of those nice cushiony athletic shoes. Think about it. Okay? Number 7. Now, this is something that I currently do not have. Okay? And I am in a rural area. My girlfriend does. I haven't had this in a while. But I'll tell you, luckily, as you can see by the location, I am in an area that gets good reception, luckily. But sometimes during high winds, during storms, my cell reception can get kind of spotty. I think I might need to get a landline. I know this is old school, right? But what are you going to do in an emergency? Especially if you're retired, getting up there in age. What happens if all the electricity is out and your cell phone coverage isn't too good? Get that landline, man. That's something, yes, I know. Have you got it yet? My Ravens have them. I need to get them. Get a landline. Old school as you can get. Hey, you know what? While you're at it, get one of those old rotary phones. That get one of those too. But if you're worried about being in touch during an emergency, when you might need phone coverage, get a landline. Not the first, second, fourth, or even 25th thing on your mind, but it can really come in handy. Get a landline. Number 8. This is another thing, along with the athletic shoes, that will get you out. During retirement, you have to get out. Get out of the house. Go on, some 3-4 day vacations every once in a while. Purchase a national parks annual pass. I don't know about you guys, but I love national parks, man. Beautiful. Yosemite, Yellowstone. I went on a trip. I drove up from Los Angeles, up north to Seattle, east to Montana to visit my brother, then down to Yellowstone. It was a 2-week trip, and I absolutely loved it. I saw Yellowstone. I saw Grand Teton. I saw Zion National Park. Get an annual pass to national parks. That'll give you another excuse. Go, hey, you know what? I just spent $80 or $100 on my national parks annual pass. I need to take advantage of that. Get yourself out. Get yourself moving. Get yourself in different locations in retirement instead of sitting around being a big slug all the time. All right? That and athletic shoes. Simple, not expensive. Might get you out more. Hey, to all my regular viewers, guys, keep those comments coming. Things are going great here. I love all the comments you guys leave. So much great information all the time. It makes me think. Every video I do, I've got 1 or 2, sometimes more comments that make me go, good point there. Keep them coming, guys. Keep this channel growing. You know, this is all about you. It's all about information I can give you. So if you can give me any topics you'd like covered, please consider doing that as well. I'd really appreciate it. And, oh, they're not really up there. My ravens, they're usually up there staring at me, my audience. Anyway, guys, hey, it's the new year. Let's start it good, all right? Let's start it good. Let's get our plans in shape. Let's get everything going. Let's have our confidence up to a sky-high level. And if we do, we got this.